Welcome.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Fuzzy Pod. I'm Megan.
I'm Maddie.
And today, marriage is what brings us together. We are going to be talking all things weddings. Ding, 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 ding.
They said I couldn't sing.
You can sing that song, I think. I was like waiting for you to do it. She was humming that earlier, but she also sang another song that we definitely don't have rights to. So
I don't think anyone has rights to.
Not that one. I'm talking.
Come at me.
You were singing "Going to the Chapel" and we're gonna get married.
Yeah, but who? No one knows.
A record label owns that, even though it's very old. They still own the rights.
Allegedly.
Today is an early morning podcast, and this will be interesting because the last episode we did, it was late.
Yeah, it was very late.
It was late. It was late at night.
So we're still trying to catch a vibe, figure out when we like recording.
What time works best for us?
When are we our sharpest or brightest?
I don't think that this is my time.
So far, none of the times have been that great, except for like maybe like 8 p.m. or like 7.
That works.
I did like a 7 p.m. episode that I felt like was like prime.
That's the butter zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we are going to be talking about all things weddings today, and we are extremely excited. So we are both married.
In case you didn't know. Oh wait. I guess I'm
Megan's
not
not wearing
married.
her ring.
I'm not wearing my ring.
Megan's not married. She's fake. She's fake married.
Oh my gosh.
I won't say.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Both of our wedding anniversaries are coming up, though. Or you technically just had. You're just confusing because you could technically have like 3 different dates you celebrate.
Yeah, we have like 3, I guess, anniversaries, if you will. So we have the date that we like got married, but not according to like the country, like legally, the government.
Yeah. In God's eyes, you were.
And then we have when we did our paperwork, and then we have like when we had our big wedding celebration. So our big wedding celebration is like summertime.
Yes, same. Yeah, we got married in July. Maddie got married in June, so it's the perfect time to talk about this. I've been married for 6 years. Maddie has been married for how long? 3 years. Oh my gosh, you're halfway to where I'm at. That's crazy. I honestly can't believe it's been as long as it has. I'm like, oh, we're definitely not newlyweds. Like, we are in this.
You're in it. I feel like you passed the newlywed. Wait, when do you think you passed the newlywed phase?
3 years.
Okay, I was going to say like 5.
Yeah. I guess if you're saying like 5 versus forever.
Exactly. Like, I mean, like people who have been married for like 50 years.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could
That's
still
like a young marriage.
Like, yeah, it's a young marriage.
Yeah.
Like, once you hit a decade, for sure, you're like, oh, all right, we're
a decade. Oh gosh.
It's the rhythm.
Ooh. Okay. Well, there's so many things to talk about. But before we get into all things weddings.
Oh, there's so much to talk about.
Warm and fuzzies for the week. I have one. I recently went to visit Cooper's family, and they live on a ranch, I believe is what the technical term is, because they don't grow anything.
Yes,
so it's not a farm. They have so many animals, and they recently got little piggies.
Oh, so cute.
Melted my heart. They're all named after like teas. So there's chai, chamomile,
so cute,
and Earl Grey. And they're just like three little friends, and they're so cute, and they have the sweetest eyes. And honestly,
are they gonna get big?
I don't know how big they'll get.
They have like
they have a Pokemon.
Pig.
They have a pig like that's like the final evolution like
of these little pigs.
It is insane. He is huge. His story was really sad too. His previous owner was abusive and overfed him, and just like. It didn't have like
doesn't give
water,
the warm fuzzies.
like that's not warm fuzzies. But now he's really well taken care of, and he looks so much happier. But he's huge, the biggest pig I've ever seen in my life.
He's like the size of a horse. It looks like like a pony. Like like a mini horse,
bigger. He looks like he's like 4 mini horses in one.
What if he like charged
pig.
after you?
I would not win that. I would be trampled, and I would be sad.
We're talking about warm and fuzzies, and I'm like.
You were like, dark thoughts.
Well, I just remember seeing the pictures of the little pigs and then the chunky boy in the back.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
But the little guys gave me the warm fuzzies, and the big boy too. But that was really fun. So that's my warm and fuzzies for the week.
I'm thinking about that big pig.
Is your warm and fuzzy too, or no?
No. I want to meet him.
You got to come down sometime.
Let's see. I have a good warm and fuzzy
What is
that
that?
involves my husband.
Ooh, that's perfect for today's theme.
We had a cute little ice cream date.
Oh.
No, he doesn't eat ice cream.
Oh yeah,
He took me to get
Wait,
ice
does he
cream.
just like not like ice cream, or is he lactose? Is that
It's a
too
mix.
personal?
No, his bowels will get wrecked, if
Okay.
that's what you're asking.
Yeah. There's dairy free though. There's so many
No,
options.
but it's like,
there's a whole world of dairy free that's so good.
it's not just about the lactose. It's just he'd rather eat something else.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
Is he like a cookie guy?
but we did learn that he likes whenever like the ice cream, like I got this one that has like kind of salty and sweet.
Mm,
So he liked that.
yeah,
And if it has like crunchy, like,
texture,
texture.
not just smooth, not like a smooth, but like a little, yeah. Oh yeah, that
little
makes sense.
crunch, little bite.
Oh, there you
So.
go. Compromise. And we'll be talking about the things we've learned in marriage later on.
But anyways,
Like
that
compromise.
that was my warm and fuzzy. I felt like, I was just like, oh, this is cute.
That's
What?
very
We
sweet.
never go out and get, I'm always baking something. So that's on me. But it was sweet.
Aw. Okay. Well, like we said, we have a lot to dive into today. So I think we start maybe.
Let's get ready.
Let's get ready. Buckle in. I think we start with your weddings because you had 3 of them.
Your weddings, plural. Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned earlier, we joked that we had 3 weddings because we had our wedding that we did just with our family. It was like elopey, but also technically not like our like actual according to the government when we got married.
Didn't get your paperwork that
We didn't
day.
get that paperwork, you know. We did get our paperwork in. So basically, what happened was it was during the pandemic, and so we had gotten engaged, and like right when the pandemic started, and so we were like, okay, we like planned our wedding for like 10 months out, something. Maybe not even that long. It was like 7 months, but anyways, it was all like planned for like a big wedding, but then everything got canceled. So then we were like, okay, we'll just rent a house in California. We'll have like a small wedding, which is like friends and like our family, not friends, just family.
Yeah, it was going to be immediate family only.
Yeah.
And then eventually I feel like it evolved to each of you having one like close friend.
Yeah, so we had like our
Mo and your
best friends there. So it was my best friend and then Ted's best friend.
Like who would have been your Mo and best man?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Megan was my Mo too. I had Comos.
Comos, except for I was married, so you're called something else. You're not
You're
a maid
matron.
of honor. You're
Yeah,
a matron.
but it's still a Mo. Yeah,
I know, but still, like,
So
that's
I had
true.
Comos.
I guess. Comos.
Anyway, so I
COVID,
had
like,
we had our Comos
Comos.
and we had your his Cobros.
The co-pros.
I don't know what to call it.
All this co was going on that year. Oh, no.
I just gotta call it something else. But anyways, so we had that all planned. We had the house rented. We were gonna just have someone like cater in and bring like food for us, decorations.
Really low key.
Yeah, just really low key, just family. And then California shut down.
For a second time or a third
Yeah.
time or something.
It was like the third time California shut down. It was literally like less than a week before everything was planned. Like Ted's family is all from the East Coast. Megan, you were
I was
not
living in
California
Tennessee at the
anymore,
time. Yeah.
And so it was really just my parents and me and Ted in California. Everyone else was coming from somewhere else, like Texas, Tennessee, Virginia, like everywhere.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, shoot, what are we going to do? Because no one could come to California. So we were like,
It was
cool.
illegal.
It was legal. And we had our marriage license in California. And Ted's dad had gotten like ordained to actually like legally marry us
in the
California.
state of California. Oh.
So anyways, then we had to pivot. I think I talked about this briefly on another episode of like literally just being on the floor, like, what am I gonna do? Like crying on the bathroom floor. And my Comos were like, it's okay, we're gonna get everything figured out. And Megan and my mom and my best friend like all figured it out. And it was great. We all came to Tennessee. We were all able to meet here. We like rented a cutie little house like on a like farm.
It was
like,
on a farm out in like
It
the
was,
middle of nowhere, honestly.
So cute
It was
though.
so cute.
We got to like meet animals, like the animals
Mhm.
they had on their farm. Like the people who were hosted the Airbnb were so nice, so sweet.
They gave us chairs to use.
Yeah.
They gave you an arch to get married under because someone had left one.
Yeah. So it was like just everything was like perfect. So anyways, then that was our like wedding that we had like
You gotta
with our
talk about
family.
the fit though.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, don't skip
Picture.
over that.
Insert picture here. So I had my wedding dress for like our big wedding, and I'll talk about that later. That one is also a chef's kiss.
So good.
But I was like, oh, I kind of want to save that for like, I know we're still gonna have, like, we had already paid for our big wedding. We knew we were already gonna have it, and I was like, I could wear that dress twice, but like, it just doesn't feel like it fits the moment.
No,
And
it was much more. I don't want to give away details yet, but over
it's very glam.
I was gonna say not over the top makes it sound like it's too much, but like it's everything. But maybe for being on a farm,
Yeah, it wasn't the farm
it was-
vibes.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, like, I need something else. I had always kind of wanted like a colorful dress, like in general for my wedding. And so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity because like I can still have both. Like I can have like the like traditional like classic
Yeah.
wedding dress, and I can have like a fun one because I'm having like a smaller wedding. So I got the designer's name is Lyrica. How do you say it?
I believe so.
Lyrica
Matoshi.
And
If we're
you
saying that
may know-
incorrectly, let us know.
Please correct us if we are. But she just makes the most like beautiful dresses, and you may know her from her strawberry dress.
Iconic.
So I had like, it's like this beautiful like pink dress with like this corset top. It's kind of like tea length, and it's like vibrant pink with like
Oh, it's the most perfect shade
sparkly,
of
like,
pink.
sparkly like red hearts all over it. And it is just everything. It is so beautiful. I felt like a princess.
You should have. Also,
Uh,
I love the detail of the straps were like this like red velvet tie.
Yeah.
And yeah, the red hearts all over it. It was like
Mhm.
kind of like it was giving Valentine's Day like aesthetic
Yeah.
in the best way. I live for
Yeah, so
the
we
red and
basically
pink.
had like a Valentine's Day themed wedding.
Yeah, everything was red and pink.
Everything was like red and pink, and Ted's suit was like maroon red. Like he matched. We coordinated. But yeah, also it was so funny. I don't know if we have it on video, but like we did like a first look
Yes.
before we like got wedding. Before we get wed.
Before we got wedded.
Before the wedding, we did like a little first look, and Ted was definitely not expecting me to wear a pink dress.
You didn't prepare him.
Yeah. Like I told him it was like sparkly and like non-traditional. Like and so I think he was like, oh, it's so pretty.
He's like, did you get it mixed up in the wash?
Yeah. He's like,
With
did you
the
throw a red sock in it?
red?
No, but he
Oh.
loved it. Yeah. It was just funny because I think he was fully expecting like
Yes.
a white. Like I think he was expecting the sparkles for sure. He knows me. But like the red and like pink heart like
He's like,
vibe, I don't think he was expecting.
oh, but the pictures from that
But,
are so
oh,
good.
So good.
Can I just say, like, it was awesome seeing everyone come together and pull that together
Oh
in
my
like 5 days.
goodness.
We pulled together like the rehearsal dinner, like the space that you wanted to have it at. Like they happened to have an opening that came for that night we
My
wanted.
sister-in-law made our wedding cake.
Yes, your other sister-in-law put together all the flowers on the arch
Mhm.
to make that like really stunning and beautiful, so you can get married in front of that. Your father-in-law married you and got his the license figured out, or technically he didn't get a
He
license.
did, but not for Tennessee.
That's right. Sorry, for Virginia. But still, he put together, that to get you guys married. You had mom doing like literally everything. Your best friend out here for support and filling in any other details that she needed to.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Just
Yeah,
like
it was
everyone
so
really
cool.
came together and made it a special wedding. And it was really cool being able to like share that moment with like the two of y'all, because there was really only like 10 of us there.
Yeah.
It was like immediate family only, and some of the immediate family
Wasn't
like,
able to come. Yeah.
was so it was like really intimate and
Yeah.
really special.
No,
I love that
I think
wedding.
that's a great point. I'm glad that you brought that up because I feel like that was something that was like super impactful for me, that when people would ask us about that wedding, like that would be like the thing that I said was like, it was so cool, like getting to see our families like truly come together, that like you don't really get with a big wedding, like
Yeah.
because you have a bunch of other people doing everything for you, which is amazing too. But I think being able to like see both of our families come together and say like, we really want you guys to like be able to get married, and like we believe in you guys and this is what we want for you too.
I think too, everything was so up in the air. Like, who knew at that moment if you would ever get that big wedding?
Mm-hmm.
And so we wanted to like make it like, let's make this like the best day ever still.
Yeah. So it was like really cool to like have everyone come together like that. And
We still danced.
Yeah, we still danced. We still had a dance party. Are you kidding?
There was only 10 of us, but we were out there. Like, I had a playlist going. I got lights. I brought lights.
Yeah.
I forgot. I brought my disco lights.
Yeah, like dancing one.
Yeah, I was like, dude, we're doing this.
No, it was so great. I wouldn't trade that at all for the world.
Yeah.
So even if we didn't have like our big wedding, like that would have been plenty for me. But very special. Yeah, just very thankful for our families and just how much. I remember having like a conversation with one of our friend's parents who our friend also got married during like times. And he was just talking about, the dad was talking about, he's like, I think the couples that get married during this are going to be some of the strongest couples because like the things that you guys have had to like figure out and like go through just even to get married has been like crazy. And like, it just shows like your dedication to the other person to be like, this is what we want and we're gonna like figure it out,
make it happen.
What.
You knew you were certain at that point because you definitely had an easy out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, it's not gonna happen. Sorry.
I
guess the world shut down. Oops.
There you go. Okay.
Actually, I'll keep it.
Oh wait, never mind. Yeah.
Hard times.
Oh my gosh. Love is blind. Anyone? I'm gonna keep it. Okay.
I'm actually gonna keep it.
That's gonna be like so old at this point when this episode comes out, but like
it's still relevant. That'll be relevant for years.
That'll be relevant to reality TV for the rest of time. Yeah. Okay, so your second wedding was in Virginia.
I can speed run that.
That one's a short one. That one was just. What was that like? Did you dress up, or you just kind of were like in sweats?
Not in sweat. It was a little in between. Like I always I dress up usually every day. Yeah.
Fashion icon.
So we had like cute little like winter fits on because it was winter time. It was during Christmas, so but yeah, so we just literally went to the
courthouse.
City Hall, not courthouse.
Yeah, courthouse.
It's a
marriage.
Courthouse. Yeah. Got our license and that's basically it. Like we had some family there.
And they signed it.
Yeah,
and they said, "Marriage is good job.
Good job. We'll send you your license in the mail and
pat you on the head."
2 to 6 months.
Now shake hands.
Now bump butts.
Bump butts. You may now hug the bride. Side hug.
Side hug only. This is a good Christian home.
Okay, so fast forward from Christmas time. It's now June, and your big celebration is here. I loved the details that you had at your wedding. We were talking about earlier, which we can get into that in a second, about dislikes or things that you would change about your wedding or things that you absolutely loved. Not me having a dislike for your wedding, but it had nothing to do with you. It had to do with your day of coordinator, who was nowhere to be found.
She was 0% helpful.
And literally was like, I'm on break. I'm like, you're on break while vendors are showing up? Like,
maybe time your break out differently.
Maybe we should do it. We should have done it earlier or later. Like, I'm not trying to like say you can't have a break, but like vendors are arriving and I'm the one telling them where to go.
And I don't know where
they go. I'm figuring it out.
So I think I could say so many things, but I'll try to keep it brief. But let's talk about the goodness first, and then we'll talk about my icks from my own wedding. Okay, so beautiful venue. It was like kind of like, what do they call it? Like an Italian villa. That's what they call it.
It was like wine country, like in Southern California.
Yeah. So very beautiful. We're up on this hill. Everything's outdoors, like dancing under the stars. Like, it was just beautiful. It was a little hot, but I mean, I didn't notice.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Some people said it was hot, so.
Dramatic.
Drama.
They just wanted to be the drama.
I provided little fans for everyone, though, so you're fine. But it was a beautiful venue. Like, I really loved like our venue. It was like flowers everywhere, like all these like beautiful flowers were in bloom, and it was just it really was like, I feel like there was no pressure because we had already been married and like been like living married life for like 6 months at that point.
Yeah. Did it feel whenever you were like doing the ceremony part where you were like, holding hands and doing your vows again in front of people, did it feel like, I never don't think I've ever asked you this, canned or anything like that, or like a performance, or did it feel pretty natural still, like because it was the first time you were doing it in front of that group of people?
Yeah, that's like a great question. I think that I was like worried that it was gonna feel that way, but like from what I remember, like it still was special getting to share that with like more people.
Yeah.
It did feel a little weird. I remember talking to because the person who married us was like a good like friend from like family friend and our pastor like growing up. So that was really special because I really wanted him to marry us in the beginning. And so I feel like because he had like personal like anecdotes about like me like and stuff like that made it like feel special. And then also like we did personal vows still. And so like I think after being married for 6 months and then being able to like do like vows again, almost like felt like, all right, yeah, like we're still in this, like we've like learned. Like it's hasn't been that long, but like
almost like a recommitment.
Yeah.
Halfway
like
through.
All right. Now I know. After it's been 6 months.
You're like, okay, my list has changed.
I have some new things that I want to bring up. Some complaints.
You're like,
let's rewrite the script, please.
You're like standing there, like while he's doing his vows, and you're like, I will take out the trash.
The dishes will be done in a timely manner.
And you're like,
that's right.
Your book.
No, but like I feel like part of it was like, all right, like yeah, we're already married, but I think it was still special and still like that moment of like wow, like we're here and like we are so committed to each other, and like it's still like a beautiful moment, even though it wasn't like, yay, now we're married.
Yeah,
we already had that kind of like exciting moment, but again, like such low pressure because we were already married.
In an iconic walk down the aisle song, by the way, there's this song by a group called why am I forgetting their name right now?
Oh, not the procession, but
Tuxedo. Is it called it's Mayor Hawthorne. It's a group that he's in. I think it's called Tuxedo.
I think it's called Tuxedo. Yeah.
So he's in a duo called Tuxedo, and they have a song called Second Time Around. And so they play this song, even though it was your third time technically, but second time around. Second time around. Okay, definitely can't sing that.
Hey, you started it.
I started it. Don't sue. Don't take this video down. Not demonetized.
But yeah, anyways, so it was still special. It was its own thing though. It just felt like more of an event.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
But anyways, those are my weddings.
Okay,
30 minutes later.
What was something, like, give me like your top 3 things that you absolutely loved about your wedding, and then maybe a couple of things you would have changed, if anything.
Oh, there was plenty I would change.
Please. I loved your wedding.
It was fun. It was such a good time.
The early drama I talked about.
Oh my God, there's so much drama I could talk about too with the venue. Don't even give me. They wanted me to be like. All they do is weddings. Like they have multiple venues. That's all they do. Like their whole team is just like, that's all they do all day, every day. But they want you to fit into a box, and I don't do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's all I'll say. But anyways, so top 3 things. The mac and cheese was bomb.
Starting strong with food. Mac and cheese. Have mac and cheese at your wedding.
Not mine gonna be all food though. Okay, the llamas.
Yeah.
Were really cool.
They were so sweet.
They were so sweet.
It was like a little photo op. You could walk up and you could feed them like a little treat if they wanted, or pet them.
Yeah.
And they were just there for like an hour in the beginning.
They were there for the cocktail hour.
They were the stars of the cocktail hour.
The dancing was fun.
Y'all
to dance.
Kill it on the dance floor. And something about you and your husband. Oh yeah, your husband Ted, by the way. We haven't said
/ our producer.
Just kidding. I was like, we haven't really said names.
Our producer. Air quotes.
You and your husband Ted met while dancing.
Yeah,
like in a dance competition.
About this already, but
probably briefly touched on it. But so I thought that was cool. Like dancing was such a big part of your wedding, and like everyone was on the dance floor.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah. So and our DJ was awesome, which was
my DJ as well.
Yeah. We also had which no one took advantage of. I don't think anyone knew it was there, but we had shaved ice. At our cocktail hour.
Oh, the shaved! I missed the shaved ice. I forgot.
So tragic.
You know why? Because we were doing photos.
Yeah, we were doing photos. Yeah,
and then I came out and
going to my regrets. Yeah.
Okay, regrets. Go.
So, 110%, we did not do a first look for our big wedding. Would have done that because we did not get to do anything during our cocktail hour. We didn't get like a second to ourselves. Like it was like go go go. We didn't like our portraits we had to get during like dinner. It was just felt like we were rushing to get photos the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
So that's like my number 1 regret. My number 2 regret is choosing that company that we did.
That's my regret for you too.
That we that owned our venue, like, which sucks because the venue was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it was.
And they have like the most beautiful venues like in Southern California. But the company sucks.
Multiple horror stories, not just from you.
So many. Yeah. So like all of it, this is not unique to our venue, but something that was like insane that I would change for them is all of their venues are considered like public until 2 p.m. before your wedding, or 2:30. Sorry, it's 2:30. So we were not allowed to, and mind you, our wedding was supposed to start at 4:30. So it's only 2 hours for like everything to get set up, for you to get dressed. Like we couldn't access like the bridal suite and like the groom's area.
Like I think you had to push to get into the bridal suites earlier because we actually did, but you had to like fight for it. And then they said that's fine, but just no people can tour the grounds. So Madison, can I step in here?
Yeah, go for it. Because
I'm fired up.
Yeah, this is all you.
Maddie is getting her makeup done.
This is a good big sis moment.
Okay, she's getting her makeup done. She's having her moment. Getting your makeup done before your wedding is probably like one of the more calmest, like most calm moments you'll have.
Yeah.
Before everything just starts picking up, and then you're just whirlwind after that. So she's having her moment. We got the jams going. She's getting her glam. She's relaxing. She's probably drinking a mimosa or some champagne. And I had stepped out because I was playing wedding coordinator, and I was talking with the florist, trying to figure out how to get the boutonnieres to the guys and where their room was, because I didn't know. Because again, not the wedding coordinator. So I had to like find where they were and carry them over to them. But while I was doing that, I saw some woman that was there touring the grounds starting to kind of peek it, like start wedging her way towards the bridal suite. And I said, "Hi, can I help you?" And she goes, "Yeah, I just saw there was a makeup artist in there and I wanted to get her information." And I said, "Well, there's a bride in there right now who's about to get married and she's getting her makeup done, so I don't want you interrupting." I was like, "I'll get you the information though. Let me go see if I can get a card." And she's like, "No, I'm just gonna get her real quick." And I said, "No, you're going to wait right here."
Back up.
I don't know what embodied me. I'm a very like normally quiet, people-pleasing person. But when it comes to protecting my people, I was like, I'm trying to protect her peace and her space right now. And this woman
the audacity of that woman.
She was just wedging her way in. And I said, "Please stay here. I'm going to go get the information." So I went and I said, "Hey, this person." And everyone was like, "Oh." Even the makeup artist, who was a friend of ours, her name's Taylor. We love Taylor. Which is probably was also like, "What?" Like,
yeah,
this is not the time. But also, like, I was like, "I'll get you a client if you want." Like, so let's get your info. And so I did pass along the info. But I was just like,
the way that the woman was like trying to walk in as I'm getting my makeup done.
Like, we're in the suite. She was like, she could see through a small window and was going to like walk in while everyone's like hanging out and getting dressed and putting their dresses on. Literally,
she was like, she's like, "I'm getting married next month," and I'm
like, she's getting married today.
Yeah,
she's getting married today.
I forgot about that part. That she was like, "I'm getting married next month, so I need her information."
I'm like, I don't give a crap. I care about her, and her wedding is today, and literally, like,
that is like insanity to me. Insanity. Like, what is wrong with a person to think that like literally on someone else's wedding day, like I'm gonna interrupt while they're getting their makeup done,
bridal suite,
in their bridal suite, which by the way, that area was supposed to be private still.
Yeah,
like you weren't supposed to be able to tour that area.
She said, "You know what? I'm just gonna go check this out real quick, just real fast, because I'm special.
I'm getting married.
Not special.
I'm the main character of this story, not you.
You are not special. You're not special. She's the princess. Shut up." Anyway, so I got really protective, but I got all the information and I shooed her away. So yeah, the wedding coordinator, that was definitely a dislike of mine too, because they were nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
they weren't
she
organized.
Yelled at one of my wedding guests, but that's fine.
She was.
Anyways, that's my biggest regret.
But everything else, like from the outside, like it was perfect. Like
flowers were pretty.
Your dress. Did we even get the details of the dress?
We didn't even talk about the dress.
Just give a quick,
because we need to talk about your wedding. Oh my goodness. So my dress. I feel like I've seen it all over like Instagram and stuff over the past like few years now. Not to say that I'm a trendsetter. I'm just kidding.
Another corset top.
Yeah, it's a corset top.
Into a ball gown.
Into a ball. A-line.
A-line.
It's kind of an in between.
Yeah.
It was poofy, but not like cupcake poofy. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, you're right.
So more of an A-line. It did have a train.
Yes.
Like, right? My dress had a train.
Glitter.
Just think like disco ball in the best way.
Yeah.
Like had like these like thin straps that were like crystals all up and down, and then just all glitter.
The most stunning,
Everywhere I walked, glitter followed, and it was the best thing.
the most
That's all I wanted.
stunning disco ball you've ever seen in your life. Literally, your dress looks like straight out of Cinderella or something.
It's like
the way the sparkles hit it at all
the
times.
way it's like a new way to like I've noticed
the way the sparkles, the way
like
the
light hits the sparkles.
the way the light hit the sparkles was just no matter what angle you were at, it was shining.
Yeah.
You were shining.
Which that's like become like, and I'm so glad because it's the best kind of sparkle, like a new like trend in wedding dresses, which is like that type of sparkle that my dress was. And it is just like the most perfect sparkle because of the way like if any light hits it, like it just dances.
Ooh.
It is like so, if you like glitter.
Yeah, if that's your thing.
If you like to sparkle.
Some people might hear that and be like, that's literally my nightmare.
They're like, that's the ugliest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, which I'm also here for like a simple,
oh my gosh,
fitted, silky white dress.
Oh, I love those.
That's the thing.
They're so elegant. I love it. It's just not, I wouldn't say it's not me, but like that would be like my second dress kind of vibe if I were to do like a second dress.
This might be a good transition to get into some of my wedding stuff.
Yes, I would love to talk about your wedding stuff.
So again, I also got married in the summer.
Yeah.
And
also in Southern
California. I got married kind of closer to the outskirts of Malibu, like Malibu wine country.
So stunning.
We got married on this little hilltop that kind of like overlooked the canyon. And there was a house on the property. And it was basically like a glorified backyard.
Yeah.
Would you say like on a hilltop?
Yeah.
Because it was like a house with this big open space.
Yeah.
And a nice big tree where we got married by. And the venue could only fit 100 people. So we had like, I think right at 100 people, it was like 99 people. And honestly, it was like,
so perfect.
That was one of my likes actually that I had was that my wedding size was, I think like the perfect size because for me, it felt like still like a party, but I felt like I still got a chance to, for the most part, talk to people and interact. So that was definitely a big wedding. Like another thing that I really loved about my wedding was the fact that it was outside.
Yeah.
At least in Southern California, the weather was, perfect.
Oh my gosh.
It was probably a little like warm at the ceremony time, but
no, it was like absolutely perfect.
Got married like 4 p.m. and then by 5 it just settled and it was the most perfect temperature. And around like maybe 9 p.m. This fog just rolled in. Starts to roll in. Maybe even sooner because there's pictures with daylight where we have fog in the photo. But this fog just starts to kind of like settle in. It
was so perfect.
Around like this hilltop. Oh my gosh. It was like we had brought in like this.
The dry ice. Like
fog machine. Yeah, literally. Like a movie set fog machine to like set the atmosphere. And so, that's something you can like control, but like that was
it was natural. Yeah.
And then another thing that I absolutely loved about our wedding was that house I mentioned on the property. Me and my girlfriends and sister, like all my like unofficial bridesmaids, because that was something I didn't have. I didn't have people stand with me. I just kind of had like a bridal party and I did some photos with those people, but I just had my sister by my side, kind of for multiple reasons. It was a smaller area to kind of stand. It would have been way crowded.
No, you're trying to hold your hand.
Always holding hands. You're like, oh, just us. And there wouldn't have been room for everyone anyways. And it just felt like lower pressure.
No, I love that. I love that you did that.
But everyone got to stay in that house and it was nice. It was included in the price too.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Like, and so we got to go to sleep there, wake up the next morning and just have the slowest morning.
So good.
Take our time.
It was so, like, everyone was so chill. It was like such a relaxing day.
Oh my gosh. My cousin, one of my cousins, Peyton, made us breakfast. I remember I was like, oh, thank you, queen. And I remember we were just sitting there talking. We're outside, sitting on the porch of this house, like looking out on where I'm going to get married. And I was like, what time is it? My cousin's like, oh, it's like, it's 9 or whatever. And then some time goes by and I'm like, what time is it? She's like, 9:05. And I was like, what? Time is moving so slow. But honestly, I was like, okay, just take in like every moment. We don't need to rush to it. Yeah. Like, this is so rare that I will get to be in this room with this group of people and have them all be here for this, like for a moment like this. Like that doesn't happen. It's not like when you're a kid and, most of your friends are like all like what's the word? Like kind of all live by
in the
you,
same
live in the
area,
same
yeah.
area. And when you have your 10th birthday party, everyone comes over.
Yeah.
But then life, and then your people get spread out all over the place, and you move away, and so it was
Depressing.
really cool, just depressing. It's cool to have them all be there together.
Yeah, it's a special moment.
I was trying to think if there's any other specific details about it that I wanted to mention, but I guess I'll just go ahead and get into
personal touch. You gave some personal touches though there.
I did the photo book, and I did like that.
Yeah, that was good.
I did the Polaroid camera at the welcome table where you signed in, and I still have that book. And I think if you have people participate in it, it's awesome.
It works, yeah.
Because I would say the majority of the people there, filled that book up with photos and notes, and it's something that's really special that I still have from my wedding.
Yeah.
So I did like that. I feel like that was a trend that I did that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's a good one.
I because it was outside and the location was truly stunning, I kind of just let nature speak for itself.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we brought in, I still did colors I loved, which were of course, pink and green, but it was an understated kind of more soft blush and a sagey green, just to kind of let nature kind of play. And I let these other things just kind of accent it. So for the cocktail hour, I think I had a sequin, the tablecloths, and the flowers were the flowers were supposed to be pink and whites and greens. They came and there was some yellow in there. I don't know where she came from. That was the first of the thing I saw. I was sitting in the little house, peeking out as the vendors were coming in, and I said, I clocked that, and I was like,
she was like, "Are those yellow?" And I was like, "No, I think they're just off white."
Gaslighting me.
Yeah. I was like, "No, they're definitely just off white."
They still looked beautiful though.
Yeah. I remember saying that. I was like, "Yeah, no, they're not yellow."
And she's panicking. She's like, "They're yellow. They're yellow. Oh my gosh, they're yellow.
We're going with the flowers. So I just making the most repulsive noise right now. Oh my god! Please cut that out.
Oh my gosh! So the panic that you're just secretly whispering to everyone no, they're definitely yellow. They're definitely. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
They're yellow, right? Okay. No one say anything.
We're
about
all
the
gonna
flowers.
gaslight her collectively. Okay.
It's for her good.
That was probably the only I don't.
That was the only thing that went wrong.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was. Would you say I was a bridezilla at any point?
No.
I don't think I genuinely didn't think I was. But if I had any moment,
not at all.
If I had any moment of panic, it was then. So that was something that would go to my dislikes. And then this wouldn't be this dislike feels strong.
Yeah.
For this next thing I'm going to say.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I don't know what you're going to say. I'm it's okay.
Things. You're already supporting me.
I'm trying to validate.
So when I said this is a good transition when we were talking about the dress, I ended up just saving it. But something that I didn't dislike, but was my wedding dress, and I loved it. But because I had such a short engagement, we got married within 3 to 4 months of being engaged, which honestly, because all the vendors and the date worked out, I was just let's send it. I don't want to be dragging this thing on for a year. But then I realized when it came to picking out dresses, some of the dresses that I really wanted.
Someone didn't watch Say Yes to the Dress.
I guess not. The dresses that I was really interested in and wanted to potentially be the dress would take up to 6 months.
Yeah.
And so it was impossible. There was this one I still think of, and I don't even remember the designer, but it was kind of an off-white, and it had a little bit of a plunge neck, and it had embroidered pink flowers,
so
dainty all over it. So it was more non-traditional. The dress I went with was definitely more traditional. It was a big tulle. Mine was more ball gown, and kind of a high neck with sequin. It almost gave figure skater at the top, but in a cute way. It was all sheer in the back, and then a sheer paneling down the middle.
Yeah.
So it was also
so
plunged.
A plunge, yeah.
It was high neck but plunged because it was all just
Gotta
mesh.
have balance.
Yeah, a little balance. It's a little tease.
Modesty's just so hard to find.
Tankini queens. If you know, you know.
You know.
But that's something I probably would have changed. And then going back to the decor, I did want to let nature speak for itself. So I just had very simple stuff. If I could go back, I'd put more of my personality into it, and maybe maybe looking back, it was exactly what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But if I was in an indoor venue or something, I would have, brighter colors,
Yeah.
not the understated. I'd have like bright colors and disco balls, just like little like quirky personality things throughout.
Yeah.
Like I would have played with more textures. Who knows? Maybe even like feathers in the tablescape. Just get a little more funky and fun, and I think that would have been cool.
Sweet 16, but wedding.
Sweet 16, yeah, my super sweet 16, but my wedding. I mean, I did have like the quinceañera vibes when I was trying on dresses. That was really funny. A couple of the dresses I tried on, I put them on, and I'm like, no, it's giving quinceañera, which is awesome, but not wedding. It wasn't feeling bridal.
That's funny.
I was like, I feel like a cupcake.
So for you. You mentioned, like, jumping back to, like, your engagement period. Like,
why did I only stay engaged for 4 months? Good.
No, do what you want. I'm not going to yuck your yums. But do you feel like, besides the dress, do you think you would still, like, because everything just lined up perfectly, like, you would still, like, be like, yeah, that was great?
Oh, 100%. I do it all over again. If there's anything I could change, and I can choose if I'm going to keep the story or not. But there's a family friend of Cooper's, were the Cyruses. And Tish and Billy Ray were together at the time. Mm-hmm. And the day before our wedding, Billy Ray Cyrus asked if he could sing.
That should be one of your biggest regrets. I hope that's what you're going to say.
No, but at the time, like, there was no Old Town Road or anything.
No, I know.
It was like 2017. So I was like, I could sing like Icky Bricky Heart. I don't know. But also, like, more than that, it was just like, it's the day before our wedding. Everything's planned.
Yeah. Like,
everything's done.
Am I going to have some random man that I don't know?
I've never met, like, well, I guess I'd met him a couple times, but every hour was planned. And so we were like, that's very nice of you to offer. But like, just come and be a guest. Like, come be our guest. Come relax. Enjoy the wedding. It's the day of the wedding, and like some of my friends are like looking out to see, they're like, is he here, and I was like, I don't know, I'm in my own world, at the time. But I found out like after the wedding that he didn't show
was rioting
up to the wedding,
because he couldn't sing
at it.
He's like, no, I'm gonna riot.
And that is like the funniest thing to me now. But like, low key, I'm like, if it wasn't 2017 and like Old Town Road is out, would my answer have been different? I don't know. It would have been kind of funny.
It would have been funny.
Like, just play the track and let him like just sing along with it.
Yeah.
That would have been. Can you bring Lil Nas X with you, please? That's my one request. Can you see if he's available? But I was dying.
That's too good.
I was like, that honestly is one of like
iconic.
Probably the funniest memories from my wedding. All right, we're going to do a quick little smash or pass, if you will, on 2023 wedding trends according to MarthaStewart.com, the queen, who's 81, by the way.
No, she is not.
I just learned this like literally a couple days ago, and I was shook to my core. 81. I want to look that up when I'm 81, please.
That's not calculating.
I know. Let's see the trends, though.
Okay. This one says... Traditional sparkler, so fire-free exits. Traditional sparkler exits are on the way out.
Okay.
And there's more safer alternatives. So I think people doing like the streamers on a stick.
I like that.
I could smash that.
Yeah. I like the idea of sparklers going out.
Yeah.
Something new.
It's time for something new.
Less hazardous.
Yeah. Especially like because we're both...
I like bubbles.
Not from California, but like got married in California and lived in California
for fires all the time.
Yeah.
Everything's dry.
So I'm like, that makes sense. I like it.
Glitter.
Like biodegradable glitter. Throw.
I said bubbles.
Oh, bubbles are cute too.
I think I had bubbles at mine.
But that's like classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a classic one. Yeah. High energy goodbyes. So I think like when people like do like a formal like exit where everyone's like, ah.
And dancing out, like they dance out.
Yeah.
I don't think like they're saying that's going out.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the couple. If it feels natural to you, do it.
Wait, is this going out or coming in? No, this side is coming in.
Oh. Either way, I still stand by what I said. If it feels natural to the couple, then do that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
If it feels like forced, like I don't want to like dance in for, an exit or entrance, then don't do it.
Okay, this one is warm welcomes. So I guess instead of just like maybe when your guest arrives, some people have like a glass of champagne or something, but like having a more like formal like a mixing and mingling moment before the ceremony.
Oh, before
Almost
the
like a
ceremony.
to me, this means like
Doing-
almost like a pre-cocktail hour.
Oh, so I went to a wedding with one of these. It was one of the bougiest weddings I ever went to on my life. Okay, you pull up, you had valet, they gave you champagne, and then you went to like a cocktail hour before the ceremony.
It's giving like bridesmaids when she's like drinking the lemonade.
Yeah. She's like, that is fresh. That was me with my little champagne on the way to my first cocktail hour of the evening. But I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So smash. Yeah, you got to kind of talk before
I
you
like
find your
it.
seats, and
Yeah.
instead of just kind of like standing awkwardly.
Especially
where are
if
we
it's
gonna
like a
sit?
smaller like
Yeah.
wedding, like under 100 or like at 100. Like I feel like that's nice to like
Yeah.
have people get there early. Also because especially in our family, like people are always running late. So like having like more buffer time
Yeah.
almost like for if people want to come hang out.
Yeah.
But like you put that time on your invitation. So
Totally.
it's like,
I love that.
yeah, I love it.
Ugh.
Low-key bridal parties. So I guess like smaller or kind of like what you did, like
No bash nash.
yeah. So I like that though. I
Mhm.
feel like I love everyone who was in my bridal party, but if I could do it over, I mean, really the only reason I had such a big bridal party is because Ted was like, oh, the more the better. It'll be so much fun to have a bunch of people, which is true. I think there's fun to that. But I would rather just have like more of like an intimate group.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like more of a low-key bridal. Also, this is so dumb and it really doesn't matter. But I personally don't like the look of like
The bash nash vibes.
no, not that. Just like when you're doing your ceremony, just having so many
like
people.
20 people.
Yeah, which was our wedding, and I just
Also,
don't love that.
if you don't know what I'm talking about, bash nash. The city of Nashville, where I'm at, is known for its like being a bachelorette like destination.
It's basically like Vegas.
Yeah,
vibes. Like,
Vegas.
I feel
Everyone
like-
wears either like the matching wigs, sometimes, or like maybe matching cowboy hats, and everyone kind of dresses up and goes and drinks and parties. But I don't think there's anything like inherently wrong with that. Like it's for the most part pretty like harmless. So I think it just depends on your vibe. But I think for my vibe, I'm smashing on the low key smaller group of girls, smaller like hang for your bachelorette party. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Okay, so this next one has to do with favors. So I think the new trend would be like giving something like a treat, like something to eat, or like something that's
Was
more...
I on the trends in 2017? I gave out cookies.
Yeah, that's one of the examples. is
Okay.
Cookies, yeah. We had like Ted and I's like favorite candies, and we put them in like like that brand like Sugarfina.
Yeah.
So we like got like the same kind of like containers as like they have.
Oh yeah,
And then we put like our like favorite candies. So I had
That's
like chocolate
so
covered gummy
cute.
bears, and then Ted had Sour Patch Kids.
I love that.
I
I mean, I think food is good because it's like
and I think most people we didn't. I mean, I didn't get any, which I was sad about.
I don't think I've gotten a party favor before at a wedding.
You never gotten a favor?
Favor. Let me think about it. Maybe I just missed them.
That's possible. I mean, that's why they're kind of like going out in the trends is because like people. I heard from our wedding, the coordinator, the only thing she ever did was tell me a good story, which was that like this one bride that she had like got custom champagne like glasses, like crystal, like actual glass.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if they were crystal, but they were
That's
like
so
actual
expensive.
glass, and they were like customized like to each person. Champagne glasses, and like nobody took them.
Nobody?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to mail these to you, I guess, because they all
Yeah.
have your name on them. Oh my gosh.
So another one is that's coming back would be more like formal fashion at weddings. So like people dressing more formal rather than like casual vibes that I
Yeah.
feel like we're kind of
Yeah, remember when because that was interesting. We just went to a wedding that was a family friend that we grew up with in Texas, and he's like he's a farmer, and got like it was very casual. Got married in like jeans and a cowboy hat, and I remember we were like, how do we dress for this? Literally, we were like everyone was in jeans. Like not everyone, that's dramatic, but like I remember we felt like slightly like overdressed, but. All that to say, like, it's always interesting trying to figure out how you dress for a wedding. But like making it specifically formal, I do think that's fun as long as you feel like it's not like adding pressure to people
yeah.
to like I don't know. I think if it's like a smaller group, maybe it's a little I don't know. I think that's the only thing is it's like you wouldn't want to overwhelm your guests like feeling like they need to go out and like
and
buy something new or rent. Maybe you could. I guess there's more rental options these days.
Rental options,
but still, that's a lot of pressure to ask of a guest.
Yeah. Well, I know like some weddings do like where they have like
requirements.
Yeah,
they have to approve the outfits.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where either you have to approve the outfit or they have like you have to wear this color.
Yes.
Like,
what do you think of that?
Okay. So again,
because it is your wedding day.
This whole episode, like I don't want to yuck anyone's yums, and we are going to get into icks. So if you did any of the icks that I mentioned at your wedding, I'm not coming for you. It's just how I feel. It's my personal opinion. I think that, like you were saying, I don't think that it's fair to ask that of your guest unless it is a small, intimate group and you're having a very small wedding.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're going to be in all the pictures. Like it's more like
setting the tone and the vibe.
Yes. And like, I think that if you're going to do that, then you have to be okay with telling people like, hey, like if that's too much for you, it's okay. Like you don't have to do it. Like you don't have to come. Like I totally understand. That's like a lot to ask.
Yeah.
But like, that's kind of how I feel about like asking someone to be like a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Like I think you should always give them like an out because it is you're expecting like them to be committed to like showing up and being there and
spending money.
So I think it's only fair to say like, hey, like I understand if that's going to be like too much. Like I love you and it doesn't matter. Like, you know, it's fine if you can't make that commitment. I would still love you to be there, but like, you know. But with that, with like the dress code thing, like it just depends on the person in the group. I think that's at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But do I think in general people should do that? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, I think I'm similar. Like I think my like knee-jerk reaction, like people that like want to control the environment, like it's kind of gives the ick. But also like at the same time I understand it's like your wedding day and you have a vision for it and you want like this to match like a certain aesthetic. But I'm kind of with you. I feel like it's easier to do if it's like a smaller group of people because I feel like that's a lot. That's just a lot to ask.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It is a lot to ask.
I think color palette's a little easier of a ask.
Yeah,
than, like let me
approve
what you're gonna wear.
Yeah.
Like, cause honestly,
here's
the thing.
Be fun, yeah.
Well, no, I was gonna say you're gonna get there.
Yeah, you're not gonna care. You're not gonna notice.
You're not even gonna notice.
And if you are noticing what your guests are wearing, then your priorities probably aren't in the right place because that's not what you should be focused on. But I think going back to like what I think could be fun is if you were like, hey, like I think it'd be super fun if everyone wore like, you know, pink, green, like
orange, yellow, whatever.
Yellow, like one of those colors if you have it. Like I think that would be super fun.
Yeah. Give options.
Yeah.
Something that I've been seeing recently at the weddings that I've attended that wasn't really around when I got married and I think is super cute is the bride and groom during the reception will have a song that the DJ plays, and during that time they will go to each table with the photographer, and the photographer will get a picture of them with, you know, each table, and they try to get it finished during the amount of time of the song, during a lot of time of the song. Cute. It's so cute. And I think that's a really fun way to also get pictures with your guests because sometimes you don't get photos with all your guests.
Pictures,
So I really like that one. I think that's a super cute trend. It's like a fun little challenge. Another thing I feel like I've been seeing lately is like less cake and more small desserts.
Yes.
Like a smaller cake for the bride and groom.
Yeah, to do like the cake cutting, which that is a great idea.
Super good idea.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's so much easier to grab like a cupcake or like a small little
cookies,
dessert shop. Yes.
Or like I had like little dessert cups, like I had tiramisu cups.
Oh,
like
so good.
Yeah.
So that's a trend I really am seeing more of that. I definitely get behind that.
Yeah, I like it. I was also going to say some real quick, just like some decor things. I feel like you were talking about disco balls, that you would do disco balls at your wedding, and that definitely is like a current trend at weddings, and I love it. I think it's so amazing.
Disco ball. Oh, another one that I forgot was I love the idea of having an outfit for the reception. It's a little more comfortable to dance in.
I love it. Yeah.
Having a second look of the night.
There's so many cute,
it's really fun.
Like reception dress looks too. Like, oh my goodness.
So many cute mini dresses.
I don't know if this is like a trend, but it's kind of like piggybacking off of one of our friends did this at their wedding, and they had like a small wedding. But each table had like a film.
Oh yeah, like a disposable camera.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
And I love that. Because again, like maybe you don't get like a bunch of pictures of your guests, or like you get to see like your wedding from like your guest perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that's like so fun. So I don't know if that's like, I think that might be a trend now. I don't know.
I feel like it is, yeah.
It's
I feel
super fun.
definitely
I love that.
more relevant than whenever I got married.
Yeah. Okay. I think we should get into some wedding icks. I do have like a long list. But it's just because I feel like I've been to a lot of weddings in the past 2 years.
Do you want to kind of go back and forth, like popcorn it?
Yeah, let's popcorn it.
Okay.
Whatever, yeah, you go first.
Again, we don't want to yuck any yums.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to yuck your yums. If you've done this, like, it's okay. I still love you. And I'm not judging you. It's just, for me, it's a little much.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to doing the dances with your spouse, dance with maybe your parents, and the speeches, short and sweet, baby.
Short and sweet.
Keep it short and sweet. You do not need to dance to the full song.
Nope.
You talk to your DJ before, your friend or whoever's doing the playlist.
That's a good one, yeah.
Keep it short and sweet. Make it like a minute max. And kind of like do them back to back. And just, it's a sweet moment.
Rapid fire.
But
it's sweet for like a good amount of people that are like attending your wedding. But for the most part, it's just sweet for you and the person that you're dancing with.
Yeah.
So just keep it short.
Keep it short. Keep it sweet. And make sure you put a limit on some of those speeches.
Oh my goodness.
I've sat through some cringe ones.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm like, you don't have to. I'm like, please.
You don't have to. You know what they need to start doing?
Mic, please.
Yeah, you know what they need to start doing? I don't know if some people do this at their weddings, but at a wedding that Ted and I were filming, one of the people that was giving the speech, I won't name names. I'm just kidding. Made the joke of like, well, there's no timer, so I don't know how much time I have. And I was like, they 100% need to put those little like timer things that say, okay, we're giving you 3 minutes and you can see how much time you have
for your speech.
100%.
Also, make sure that your speech is like, it's a speech. You're giving it to the whole room. You don't need to be a performer by any means, but like, make sure you're like also like including anecdotes with some context, because there was one where it was just like the
You're like, I don't understand
what's going on. She like looked at the bride and she was like, the one time with the bubble gum, and they're like the only two laughing, and I'm like, what's the bubble gum?
No one knows. No one understands the bubble gum. Tell us about the bubble gum.
I want to know. Like give me more details.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a good one. I'm gonna put these two in one. Okay. So line dances like the cha-cha slide.
Kind of out.
They're out.
Yeah.
But also, like, if you're gonna do it, because, like, I love a good wobble.
I do love a wobble.
Again, leave it to, like, it doesn't need to be past a minute. Like, we do not, in no situation or world do we need to be playing these full songs. Like, I implore you.
The whole night.
Make sure, if you have one of these songs, that it is, like, a minute tops. Like, that's all we need. We all just need to get on the dance floor for a second. That's all the purpose is. And money dances.
Yes. Money dances?
Okay, the reason I'm looping these in is because they both have to do with dancing. I love a good money dance. And if you don't know what a money dance is, it's whenever the bride and groom, they'll play like a song or two, and the guest can come up and like give them like whatever. They can give them cash, like $20, $5, whatever, to dance with them. So it's like a money dance.
Yeah.
And it's a way for like guests to be able to say like, here's some cash, like we're happy to celebrate you. Typically, this has been done, and like I feel like we grew up seeing them because we went to like weddings and stuff like that with family. And Megan and I are both Mexican. Obviously, we're sisters, so we're the same. And so, like in our culture, like it's common. But what I've noticed lately is every wedding that I've gone to, a lot of weddings I've gone to that are like white weddings, they're doing money dances, but white people don't know. They're not coming prepared for that. And so the bride and groom are just standing there. Yeah, just standing there.
No one has cash anymore.
And no one's carrying cash because no one's, like, they probably bought them, like, $200 gift already. Like, no one, like, that is, like, part of the gift whenever, like, in our culture, like, at a wedding. So it's just, like, it's weird and... And it gives me the ick because, like, the bride and groom are just standing there.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
And it's so,
Didn't you say you saw when they had a Venmo?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you could have a Venmo out, though, actually, on your welcome table if someone was like, oh, shoot, I didn't get them a gift.
Yes. Yeah. Which is, like, that's fine.
$50 to the bride and groom, $100.
Yeah. Like, that's whatever. Like, do what you want. Like, that's fine. But I think whenever you have, like, a money dance in the context where people aren't going to know what that is.
Yeah. If they're not aware.
And they're not like prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like that's so
That's awkward to watch.
awkward. Like literally like the weddings that I've been to that have done that, like the DJs are like, all right, like come on. Like
And people are just standing around like, I don't got any cash.
yeah.
Do you take credit card?
So I love the money dance. Like, and that's the reason why we didn't do one like at ours. Cause I feel like I would have done it because it would have been like fun and like our side of the family would have gotten into it. But like because I knew like I married a white guy, like they were gonna be like, what the heck is going on? Like this is so weird. Like why are they just like putting cash in their dress?
Please. Any other wedding
anyways,
icks? I was trying to think if I had any more.
Okay, I definitely have. Well, kind of to your point, I think maybe you touched on this, but just like stop. Like I feel like we just need to stop putting the pressure on like this is tradition, so we must do it.
Yeah.
Like
a garter toss or a bouquet toss.
yes, like the garter toss. Oh, don't even get me started.
I did one. I did both.
You did both. Yeah, sorry.
They were quick though.
But yours were quick. I appreciate when they're quick if you're gonna do it because I've been to some that are not and I've been to some that are, and I always like appreciate when they're just quick, like just whatever. It's like okay, whatever, just do it. Like, but something about it just shivered down my spine because like you're literally grabbing someone's like fabric that's been around their thigh and then you're yeeting it to like a bunch of your buddies and then they like put it in their mouth or whatever.
Ew, not the
like,
mouth, not the mouth. Not the mouth.
When a man, another man, if your buddy is diving for the garter, like big time ick.
Oh gosh, we could go on and on and on about weddings, and marriage and everything. I honestly think we're gonna probably just keep it to weddings this time, and it'd be interesting to do another episode specifically talking about marriage itself, and what that is like. So since
we are experts,
since we're experts, 6 years under my belt. Hey, so maybe that's an episode we do in the future.
Yeah, I love it.
Since we had so much to say about weddings.
So much to say.
There's so much to say. I'm literally sitting here and I'm thinking there's more things.
There's so many things.
So let's wrap it up with a final thought of if you had to give advice to someone and say, hey, here is like the one thing you should do on your wedding day, what would that be?
Ooh.
Or advice someone gave you. I can go first if you want, since I thought about this. Make sure that you, after your ceremony, if you're having like the big reception, take a moment with you and your new spouse. My stomach is growling. I don't know if you could hear that. Take a moment with you and your new spouse just to like go somewhere quiet and sit and just kind of process what just happened and just be together. It could be a good time to maybe exchange a small gift. Like that's what Cooper and I did. We each got each other a small little day of wedding gift and we exchanged those. And just kind of were like, wow. Like, this is it. This is happening. And we're in it. And, like, that's what we just did. And we just said yes in front of our, family and friends. And also in the same manner, whenever you get out to your reception, when you're having dinner, someone gave me this advice just to sit, look out at all the people in the room and just kind of take it all in. Because, again, it's a very unique situation that all these people that you love from all your different walks of life will be together in one room at the same time. The next time they'll do that is probably when you're dead.
Jeez!
That's so true though. Like, when else,
Oh my gosh. Not just saying out of your funeral.
My fuzzy funeral. Bury me in a fuzzy coffin.
Oh, please. That'd be iconic. Yeah, no, I think I think that's actually something that you told me whenever we had like our small ceremony. I remember like Ted and I did like a similar thing where we like had a moment to ourselves and had like exchanged gifts and letters.
Decompress for a moment.
Yeah. Another thing that I don't know if it's a tradition thing that I think was really special was like being able to like give each other letters right before the ceremony. That we did that before our big wedding. And so like I literally was writing it in the moment to be like, this is kind of like what I'm going through and what I'm feeling.
Oh, I like that.
And then like we had, one of my bridesmaids and one of his groomsmen like exchange them and give it to us. So or give it to me.
I like that you were like processing the emotions in that moment.
Yeah.
So you could like look back on it like this is exactly what I was feeling like an hour before.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So and then I think just like don't, as hard as it is because it is such a big event, like just as best as you can like take that pressure off because you only have this like moment in this day like once. I mean, for me, it was like 10 times, but
Most likely.
but like you most likely will only have like that kind of moment with that person, you know, with that spouse once. And so just really like, it's not worth it to just be stressed and feel pressure.
Yeah.
Just like as much as you can, like plan as best as you can, but just let go, because at the end of the day, things are going to happen how they're going to happen.
Your flowers are going to be yellow. They're going to play the wrong song when you walk down the aisle.
Oh my gosh, you didn't even talk about
that.
Oh my goodness.
It was no big deal, but
I forgot about that.
It was just like, here we go.
That was bad. But yeah, just like go into your wedding with like, you know what, whatever happens. All that matters is that I'm focused on my partner and
my people here.
Here that have come to support me, because they didn't have to come.
No.
You know, people don't have to show up and spend their money and spend their time.
Fly, get hotels.
Yeah.
Pay for food while they're there. Like get a rental car.
Just appreciating the people that are there and love you and want to support you.
Yeah.
So nothing else matters.
And if you're getting married, good luck. No, weddings are so fun, and I love going to weddings. Well, thank you so much for listening
Invite us to your weddings.
Oh my gosh, invite the Fuzzy Pod to your wedding.
We promise we'll only come if we can do a live pod recording at the wedding.
At the wedding. Let us know if that's
if that will work.
Okay. Anyways, also if you have free food. I mean, honestly, we'll come for free food.
We'll come for the food. Yeah. We don't have to do the pod. We just come for the food.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to another episode. If you had a fun time, you can rate, review, and subscribe. But for now, we're saying bye, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.